Hey there, Phil. How are you? It's from Toronto, Canada.
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for so far another phenomenal season. I'm just like every week, I just cannot wait to dive in. And you know what, Phil, what I love so much about this, looking back from season one to now, how the evolution of the friendships between all of you have been established and grown. Tell me a little bit about that because it's just so, I can't stop smiling every time I watch an episode.
Well, I think hopefully the reason that people enjoy it is that all of them get challenged at some point along the way. I think all of those friendships, we see them go to a point when they have to make the decision to be friends with each other again. And
Yeah.
I think for me, that's the best test of any friendship or relationship, that it's not necessarily about the good times, it's about the times when it's hard. And I
Yeah.
think that it's through the lessons that we see Ted sort of spreading throughout the series that they learn how to do that in a healthy way, to have those relationships.
Absolutely. So let's just talk about this last episode that we've all seen, episode six, because the evolution of the friendship between Jamie and Roy is amazing. I mean, that whole episode in Amsterdam was so joyous. Can you tell me a little bit about working so closely with Brett over the seasons, but this culmination of this episode was so fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a joy to work with anyway, as just as a person. Um, but to have had that sort of to have had that back and forth with Jamie and Roy throughout it. The fun thing is, I think the fun thing that we have is those moments where the sort of fork in the road, where previously Jamie and Roy have gotten to this place, and normally they would go opposite ways.
Right.
They'd fight, or they would, one would say something to the other, and then it would lead into fight. And oddly, it's been actually Jamie since kind of season one has been the one who has been going to Roy, which I think probably up until that point in his life, he probably really hadn't done with anybody else. And so he was really trying to meet him halfway. And I think that now we're starting to see sort of more often than not, maybe, but we get there reaching that fork in the road, and they decide to go the same way together. But the fun thing is they don't always, and it's the sort of will
Of
they, won't
course.
they, but will they, won't they punch each other in the face.
Absolutely. How do you keep a straight face opposite Brett Goldstein? Or really the whole cast? I mean, seriously, how do you guys do it?
We don't, honestly, we don't. I mean, this is the thing. If a blooper reel ever was to be released, they'd see that it's probably about 60% of. We've probably cost Warner Brothers and Apple rather a lot of money trying to have to reshoot all of this stuff. But we probably laugh like 3 or 4 times, and then we get told off, and
Yeah.
people are saying, "Come on, it's lunch soon," and we go, "Oh, sorry, right." We take it very seriously. Take it very seriously.
Absolutely. We talk about the power of Ted Lasso and how it's really influenced so many people. Just look at what happened over the weekend with the Wexham Soccer Club. I mean, I know you call it football, we call it soccer. Come on, seriously. You look at, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney take on this team. So come on, really.
Well, I'm sure that the party line that Ted Lasso would say was, "Hey, look, it's got nothing to do with me. This is always within themselves." But I think there's a great moment I saw. I think Ryan Reynolds posted this video of the moment that they won. The final
Yes.
whistle goes, and all of the fans charge onto the pitch, and
Yeah.
there's just a moment between, if I may be so bold as to say, Rob and Ryan, where you could see the moment like hit them, and you could see it in Ted. There would be a close up of Rob being, of that moment washing over him. And it's a wonderful thing. They've
Yeah.
spread it with humor and joy, and I'm so pleased. I think everybody is rooting for Wrexham. So yeah,
Yeah.
we here at Ted Lasso Towers are very pleased to see the Wrexham have won.
Yeah, we just need UFC Richmond to follow suit. So just lastly, to wrap this up, I gotta know, because of the evolution of the character that you play, and he's just so wonderful. I gotta tell you, full disclosure, he's my favorite. But what have you learned about yourself, Phil? Just over the last three seasons, have you changed in any way? Learning anything from playing Jamie?
I learned I could grow my hair that long to
Okay.
get some curtains. Jamie is a far more sort of assertive person than I am. And I learned a lot from that. Whether I sort of am able to exact that in my own life when at times when I actually need to. Um, but I think that he's someone who I think that's something that a lot of people struggle to do is have that level of assertiveness to say put their boundaries up and say what they want. From Jamie, it probably comes from quite a place of pain, but
Yes.
there's that element of him that that I've learned from, but also probably some pretty cool football skills is probably what I've learned from.
Oh, good to know. Good to know. Well, listen, I hope the rumors are not true. I hope this is not the final season. I really want more of this. So I'm putting that out in your universe. And thank you so much for the
Thank you, mate.
laughs and everything. You're just so wonderful on this show. I can't tell you enough.
Oh,
Thank you
that's
for your
lovely.
time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, and you, mate. Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye bye.
Bye.